And good morning, St. Lucia. And we had a few technical difficulties, but we're back.
Yes, we're back.
We're running. And right now we are watching the parade on the field. They have marched onto the field, and they're under the command of the Commissioner of Police.
Actually, the second in charge of the parade, which is Superintendent Stephen Victorin, has just, he's currently dressing the parade, and he will soon hand over the parade to the parade commander, who is Assistant Commissioner of Police Elvis Thomas.
Oui, eh bien, ça nous tient là, c'est que quand il fait préparation, ça nous a à présent, c'est une préparation pour par il y en a ces chefs là qui en bas, mais il a délivré tout à l'heure par mon commandeur qui Elvis Thomas.
And of course, we saw them come in with precision and that sort of blend of tempo from the Royal St. Lucia Police Band. And of course, I must say that the band has been around since 1947 under the leadership of the Nathaniel Joseph Griffith and later his successor, Randolph Beckles.
Oui, maintenant Nathaniel Griffith, mais ça qui est important, c'est pour ce qui police, pas police maintenant, mais c'est les forces là, c'est exactement. Il commençait en l'année 1947.
Interesting.
Okay, ça intéresse tout le monde.
And we have 12 platoons on display this morning, making up the parade. Platoon number 1 is representing the police, headed by Assistant Superintendent of Police Eldin Henry. Platoon number 2, also represented by the police, headed by Acting Assistant Superintendent Aloysius Joseph. Number 3 is our all-female police platoon, headed by Assistant Superintendent Anantha Wilson. Number 4 is the SSU. You know, they're so excited. You know, people love the SSU platoon, the way they dressed and they look so militant. And that is headed by Assistant Superintendent of Police Benson Camille. Going straight down to number 6, that is headed by Acting Assistant Superintendent of Police Chris Monrose, which is the Port Police.
Okay, and right now we're watching each commander take their posts and their centered units, and they're waiting subsequent orders, and we're watching this happen at this time.
Yes, the parade second in command just so examines the parade before he hands it over to the parade commander, like I said earlier, which is Assistant Commissioner of Police Elvis Thomas.
And of course, during this process, we refer to this as the dressing. And this is the period where adjustments are made, lines are straightened, and we see this sort of synchronized posture.
Oui, pour le moment, quand nous étions dans les 12 différentes sections, l'année police, pas police banane qui a la musique, mais l'année c'est Jean Paul, aussi l'année, nous étions un qui est intéressant, c'est femme police là, à part il y a une section par quoi avec l'année c'est service d'effet, c'est un pompier. Avec différents SSU, l'année plusieurs différents, mais en toute l'année 12 différentes sections qui a fait tellement intéressant.
Good morning, sir. I am Superintendent Stephen Victorin, second in command of this 47th Independence Parade. The parade comprises of 12 platoons. The first half of the parade comprises of 8 armed units. The other half comprises of 4 unarmed units in 3 ranks in open order, ready and awaiting the pleasure of your command. So please.
And of course, we have just seen the handing over of the parade commander. He sort of halted and saluted, and Zachary, if you could explain that process to us.
Oh yes, most definitely. This is where the second in command, Superintendent Victorine, marched over to the parade commander. He halted, saluted. He reported to the parade commander the status of the parade, the amount of armed platoons and unarmed platoons, and now the parade commander will officially take over the parade.
Of course, this has been a seamless handover, and we are waiting for the continuance of the parade as this process has been done.
Oui, ça qui est intéressant pour voir ça qui a fait là, puisque ça c'est un chef qui a préparé ces différentes sections
and just a reminder of the rest of the platoons. We also have platoon number 7, which is the Bodley Correctional Facility, headed by Acting Assistant Superintendent Ronald Charles. We have platoon number 8, the cadets. They're being led by Lieutenant Kurt Smith. Platoon number 9 and 10 is the fire service, and we have a all-female fire service platoon today. All-female fire service platoon. That's amazing.
We've definitely come a long way.
Oh yes, the male platoon of the fire service is headed by Assistant Divisional Officer 𝐃𝐨𝐮𝐬𝐚𝐧, and the female shall be led by Station Officer Mary Johanny. Then we have the SDA Pathfinders. Yes, they're platoon number 11. They'll be led by Miss Anisha Moses. And last but not least is the St. Lucia Red Cross platoon being led by Lemani Louis, Mr. Lemani Louis.
And of course, I think Gaspar and everybody has noticed that they have now assumed a posture of standing at ease. Persons are wondering why, and we're assuming that we are awaiting some dignitaries.
Oh, most definitely. And you hear the second in command has given the parade the command to stand at attention, because we shall have the arrival of the COP, the Prime Minister, and also Governor General.
Oui, nous, par le temps nous avons parlé, nous avons dit que ça c'est le ministre qui a une responsabilité pour ça nous avons infrastructure. Il entre là, les autres dignitaires qui entrent à présent, nous avons plus bonnet, c'est ambassadeur Taïwan et l'autre ambassadeur qui est entré. À présent, il y a l'autre dignitaire qui est entré à présent, mais c'est officier, policier, c'est différentes sections, le debout à la manière, et puis j'aime pas tellement grand ouvert, on nous a dit presque qu'on vit, mais ça veut dire en langage policier, il y a des standardistes. Ok?
Yes.
So, il y a des standardistes qui veut dire qu'il y a espérer pour plus accès.
I believe that we are awaiting the arrival.
Announcing the arrival of the Commissioner of Police
Yes,
of
the
the Royal
Commissioner.
St. Lucia Police Force, Mr. God.
And of course, we're assuming that is why they're standing at attention.
That's right.
Ok, avec une temps qui chef police là, il a espéré y entrer pour conduire par là.
Arms units,
Il y a
shoulder arms.
And of course, at this point, I believe that
Order arms.
The parade just acknowledged the arrival of the Commissioner of Police.
Correct. Standard is.
and of course they're standing at ease. That means that they are waiting the arrival of
Our Prime Minister.
and of course the Governor General of St. Lucia, or I should say the Deputy Governor, the Deputy to the Governor,
Mr. Phoenix Finisterre.
Finisterre, who will arrive.
Jodia, nous c'est pas normalement nous avons le gouverneur général là qui a commencé par là, et bien il a fait par là en monnaie, mais pour ça là c'est Félix Finistère qui a assise par le gouverneur général là pour l'occasion ça là avec tout à l'heure nous avons espéré lui le premier ministre avec l'autre c'est le co-dignitaire qui a entré. Et pendant nous avons espéré, nous avons ils sont bel petit portrait nous avons là c'est et peut-être jamais bien content peut-être quantité mon na balcon yo peut-être ça a regarder ça qui a fait là moi crois c'est la première fois yo a activité comme ça en village là et nous te dit plus bon qui nous bien ils sont bons bagages pour si mais qualité ces bagages assez différent par ça il y a un temps moi crois 2-3 l'année passée nous tenions souffrir.
Yes. I know the Micoud people are very proud, very happy. Some persons were wondering, maybe the field is too small, it cannot accommodate, but look at this amazing display before us this morning. It's just really amazing. Kudos to everyone who has made this possible in the constituency of Micoud.
Et vous aussi, Mr. Inspector Police.
Yes, me being in charge of the Micoud police station.
As we look on, we look at a platoon in black, and Zachary, I don't know if you care to explain that platoon in black.
Red, stand easy.
Okay. Gawe dignité, entry, yon par yon, nous c'est sénateur J.𝐶𝐮𝐬𝐚𝐧, nous aussi sénateur 𝐒𝐭𝐫𝐲𝐥𝐿 avec comme nous dit tout à l'heure, ça c'est un parole militaire qui a fait normalement pour l'indépendance. Ça c'est une gros activité journée indépendance même à pays avec ils ont fait tous les l'année les pays qui a marché l'occasion indépendance. Avec ça c'est 47e l'occasion indépendance cette ici.
Yes, Drania, the platoon that we're seeing there in black is the Bodley Correctional Facility.
And of course we notice that they have white guns.
Yes.
After Gigi leaves the
I was trying to recall, you know that in 1979, I sort of saw the first parade that was done. I'm not saying how old I am, but I remember that flag raising at Masha with Sir John, and I remember him coming out of the Constitution, not at Masha, but at the East Banana Shed, and that iconic moment, and we have that statue at Constitution Park. I just thought I should put that in.
Oui, c'est un peu parce qu'il me schème de tous les elles ont changé, les détiennent, les nous tenus indépendance l'année 1979, avec, quand Junior dit, il changeait, c'est John qui a marché. Moi-même changé les après il déclarait les mené flag simplici en l'air il y avait constitution en papier qui à la main en l'air et puis même quand nous avons en place constitution il y a papier constitution.
Well, that's for me our very first independence. I was so young that I can't remember a thing.
Well, I was young as well. I think I was about 6 or 7. And of course, my entire family, we went to the Marshall grounds. There were several activities. I think the place was just buzzing with excitement.
So, nous avons dit, par exemple, nous avons espéré,
We are waiting for our Prime Minister.
le Premier ministre,
Yes.
avec la même, après Premier ministre, gouverneur général, là, ça c'est pas, comme on dit tout à l'heure, c'est pas gouverneur général la même qui est là, le ministre Félix Finester.
Who's the deputy to the Governor General.
Qui a assisté gouverneur. So, lui qui est responsable de l'occasion, c'est là, qui a assisté en place avec la même bagaille qui a commencé. Mais, c'est pas dans ce nous avons parlé, nous avons toutes ces différentes sections, c'est moi, en blanc. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a en blanc là?
Yes, so we dealt with the bodily in black, so now we're looking at...
Currently on your screens, you're looking at the platoons from the police force. Our police officers who normally wear, who perform general duties. Okay, this is how you signify them from the SSU and from the Marine unit. But currently on your monitor, what you're looking at is the number 1 and number 2 platoons of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force.
And of course, these are armed units.
Yes, they're part of the armed units. First half of the parade.
C'est premier les délivrer, ils baillent un rapport à ça c'est deuxième commandeur, c'est ça hier. Ah ok, tu baillent un rapport.
Yes.
Et puis c'est exactement qui ça qui est allé avec comme on dit, qui c'est le qui est responsable dans différentes manières, différentes positions.
Actuellement, I'm switching to Creole.
That's
I have versatility.
I got some help.
And now I would just like, for the viewers at home and everyone, we just taking a clip of a video of that iconic moment of the flag raising in 1979.
It's a moment we've been waiting for all our lives. From the time my children grew up with me, that's all we've been talking about. It's the day when we shall be free.
And even as we gladly proclaim the birth of our nation, let us remember that with the new dignity comes a measure of new responsibility. The responsibility to make a contribution to the building of our nation.
Well, at the moment when that flag was going up, I thank God, as with my whole family, and we screamed and screamed and screamed. But it's just what it represents to all of us, And up until that moment, we could never have stood up with other people and say that we were free men.
Let every St. Lucian remember always that the prime responsibility of building this nation is ours. May the Almighty God, in whose hands we place our hands, guide us in our journey, and may God bless our nation. Vive Saint-Lucie, vive Saint-Lucie libre.
We have been given this battle of independence. Let's not drop it. Let's strive to make every generation better, and all St. Lucians wealthier spiritually and materially. Happy Independence, St. Lucia, and may God bless you.
It's a moment we've been waiting for all our lives. From the time my children grew up with me, that's all we've been talking about. It's the day when we shall be free.
And even as we gladly proclaim the birth of our nation, let us remember that with the new dignity comes a measure of new responsibility. The responsibility to make a contribution to the building of our nation.
Well, at the moment when that flag was going up, I thank God as if my whole
Mr. Gaspar, that's actually 2 years old.
Ooh, Papa.
So if people who go do the math,
Do
they
the
know
math.
how old I am. Yes, you just witnessed the video of history in the making. What an amazing day that was.
Ça c'était vraiment un jour quand nous avons une vidéo. C'était une occasion spéciale pour Sainte-Lucie puisque nous avons l'autre pays, Trinidad, c'est les autres pays qui ont joué l'indépendance. En chaque monde pas comprendre ça a été. Mais là il venu avec moi changer, il y a un petit problème attends ça là, petit problème politique puisque premièrement c'est John te voulait ni ni les 13 décembre.
Interesting.
Ça veut dire qu'il y a National Day, mais il n'a pas fait succès. Comme dit la dernière chose, il a cassé entre lui et puis les partisans. Octave des partisans, J4, ils sont d'accord pour 22 février l'année après. Ça c'est l'année 1980. C'est pas 86, 1979, 1979.
You know, but for me, what is really striking is the importance of having that footage and how important it is for us to document our history so that we pass on the information to the next generation. St. Lucia is, in terms of independence, 47 years old, and it's 47 years of history, it's 47 years of struggle, and it's 47 years of nation building. And we can safely say that we have come a long way. And these clips of history, it's important. Even today, recording this entire parade and this process, people will look back on it and realize that these things are significant.
Oui, d'accord. Avec moi, je voulais supporter ça, le dernier dia, puisque nous avons fait un chai progrès. Puisque l'Italien nous a dit fire service qui commence l'autre jour avec nous, il y a une section femmes, pas quoi seulement. Avec un autre gros accomplissement, ça dit, nous avons devant nous, c'est un power qui a fait un Micoud. Longtemps, nous n'avons jamais calculé ça. So, nous avons fait progrès après 47 années. Et nous avons espéré que nous allons continuer à faire progrès en pays.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, I listen to a lot of, the talk shows, social media. We know that the type of era we are in compared to 1979. And it hurts me when I hear, sadly, some members of the public would make statements like we are not independent. If they only understand what it means for a country to dictate or deliberate and have control of its own internal affairs. And I feel sorry for them because they did not live in the era before independence. So they will not understand what our people, what they had to sacrifice, what they went through so that we can stand today, how many years later, and celebrate our 47th independence.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I ask that you stand at attention for the arrival of the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Honorable Philip Joseph.
Okay, so the Prime Minister is arriving. And now the parade and all the platoons are now at attention. And we
Prime Minister being escorted by, of course, the amazing men of the Department of Road Safety and Traffic Investigations, our bike riders.
And of course, we are seeing the St. Lucian flag being hoisted and raised. We have 2 flag bearers.
And the St. Lucian flag has just been raised by Sergeant Angus William.
And of course, there's a fanfare played by the Royal St. Lucia Police Band. Standing on the dais.
Mais par là qu'il commence à présent il can aller à l'échelle place position et participer des dignitaires.
And of course, he was accompanied by the Commissioner of Police.
Et aussi nous avons dit les policiers arrivés ils doivent pour simplifier commencer
And of course, the parade is now taking a stand at ease as we wait for the final dignitary, who will be the Deputy
to the Governor General, Mr. Felix.
Inspecteur Zach apprend bien.
Yes.
Il tout. You can make sure you decide first. Mais il est important puisque ça a été dit non, c'est là où dit assistant gouverneur général, c'est à côté ça c'est en position, mais constitution pas en position comme ça, so c'est pour ça il can assister gouverneur
Ladies and
général.
gentlemen, please take your seat.
And of course, members of the public invited guests are asked to take a position where they have been asked to take their seats, and we await the arrival of Deputy to the Governor General.
Yes.
And maybe we can go into when the Governor General arrives, what flag is hoisted at the time, and possibly I believe that when on his arrival, the national anthem will be played.
Yes, the Governor General's standard is hoisted upon his arrival, and the national anthem will be played by, of course, the amazing Royal St. Lucia Police Band.
Nous avons espéré gouverneur général là, comme nous dit, gouverneur général là, pas présent, il n'est pas présent aujourd'hui, mais nous avons qui a assisté, c'est pas assistant gouverneur général là, il a assisté gouverneur général là à présent avec ça c'est M. Félix Finister, et nous avons espéré qu'il est venu tout à l'heure avec l'Ivini, nous avons commencé encore. Là même, il ne peut pas aller assis là, mais il a commencé, il a recognisé et puis il a commencé l'action, il a fait inspecter, regarder ces différentes sections qu'il a, il a marché, il a descendu et puis il a fait ça, il a fait un match pass. Vous avez des mots avec Mozart.
And just to keep everyone tuned, this parade actually has what I call a sort of a elements and a sort of a ritual in sequence. And if we could just go through, so initially they would have fallen in, and they would have marched onto the field.
Yes.
And then the platoon commanders would have fallen in. We know that. And in their respective platoons, and they would have had the dressing, and of course the handing over the parade.
Yes, from the second in charge to the parade commander.
And of course taking command, okay, where the commander assumes his position and awaits the arrival of the COP, the Prime Minister and Governor General. And of course, at this, we are asked to stand at attention
Governor General of St. Lucia,
as the Deputy to the Governor General of St. Lucia arrives.
The Governor General's standard has been hoisted by Corporal Killian Emmanuel of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force.
And he goes on to the dais.
Royal salute! Present! Arms!
The parade commander will now march to the deputy to the Governor General and will report the status of the parade and then invite him to inspect the parade.
Of course, and this is the point where we call the inspection.
My name is Thomas, Assistant Commissioner of Police, and I am your parade commander. Welcome to St. Lucia's 47th anniversary of our independence military parade. The parade consists of 12 platoons, 8 armed, 4 unarmed, in open order, ready and awaiting your inspection. So, I now invite you to inspect the parade.
And of course, I guess the viewers at home can't see Zachary repeating the lines.
Ok, ça nous a vu, c'est assistant commissioner Elvis Thomas. Il vient un rapport pour assistant pour le gouverneur général là, ici Excellence Finistère, avec une situation, comme un monde qui là, avec tout bagage comme ça, et qui est invité pour inspecter, pour garder les différentes sections, avec c'est ça qui a fait la présence, c'est Finistère qui a passé et puis assisté par M. Thomas et puis commissionnaire chargé chef police là, il a regardé ces différentes sections.
So in terms of what are you really looking for as he goes through that inspection?
Well, the Deputy to the Governor General is looking closely at the platoons, their bearings, their uniform standards, how immaculately they look, everything, the firearms. This is the time where members of the various platoons will ensure that they immaculately turned out. Because, I mean, you want to look amazing in front of the Deputy to the Governor General.
Of course, he's there passing the Marine unit. So that platoon that's all in white.
And now currently passing the Port Police platoon.
And then the Bodley Correctional Facility.
Is now inspecting the Cadet Corps, St. Lucia Cadet Corps platoon. And we will be hearing different compositions, music being played by the St. Lucia Police Band. And those songs are entitled Santa Lucia, Beauty of Rose, The Widower, Connaissez-vous, and Marguerite.
Well,
intéressant. Moi, je content ça là. Un autre bagage encore qui match indépendance nous, c'est qualité c'est chanter à nous quand jouer, c'est chanter ce pays là. Quand autant inspecteur Zach dit nous, c'est qualité chanter à ça chanter chanson Sainte-Lucie avec tout ça qui a matché indépendance nous. Ça veut dire indépendance vraiment n'y en chai valait avec significance pour nous en nation.
But what is most important about these songs is how they were iconized and introduced into our celebrations and to the police band through the work of 𝐃𝐨𝐿, taking those bits of local music and folk music, working along with persons like 𝐀𝐧𝐬𝐴 to get that music scored, and that become part of our celebrations, become part of most of our cultural events. I mean, we can go far back as the youth rallies where we sang songs that were St. Lucian, written by St. Lucians and composed by St. Lucians.
I remember in primary school, I had no choice. I was taught these songs. You had to learn it. You had to know these songs by heart.
You remember any?
I remember Chanson Marianne. I could still sing that song by heart.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And that's a song composed and written by 𝐃𝐨𝐿.
That's right. Yeah. There's Mambalama pour placer à côté de nous, il y a présent, ça c'est notre coup, il y a tué, ça nous a dit, on va faire.
I think if we notice when they walk through the ranks that the lines, is there a particular distance that must exist between lines? How many?
This allows the space for the deputy governor to the governor general. I almost did not say it, Mr. Gaspard. And his entourage, because he is also in the company to come. So most definitely, as we could see it here right now.
That platoon is the fire service.
Yes.
So we're looking at they're going through, inspecting that the platoon consisting of the fire service. It's really precision, and it's almost like a sense of accuracy. And that comes with, I guess, months of training and working.
To the Governor General, inspecting the Seventh-day Adventist Pathfinders platoon.
Ça m'a observé qui assistant.
And we see Deputy to the Governor General, Felix Fenister, return to the dais. He has completed the inspection and we await the next series of commands.
Carry out with the remainder of the parade.
And
we will hear the command given by the parade commander to close order.
In close order, right, dress.
This allows the reducing of intervals to prepare for the march past. So, ladies and gentlemen, tighter spacing as the formation approaches the saluting base. That's what you will see during the march past.
Ça veut dire que pas qu'à rester à une seule place, il faire mouvement. Mais tout ça devant, ça c'est assistant pour le gouverneur général là, puis ouais en mouvement, mettez comme ça. C'est ça que je en marche.
When we look at
Yes, you did a little Creole in you, Miss Frederick. That's good, that's good.
Probably it's because I'm sitting close to Gaspar.
I suspect.
And of course from that, the march past goes into slow and quick time. And of course the platoons will proceed in slow time and then quick time. Deliberate pace and swing of legs, precision.
Recover arms. Right. Move to the right. Increase. Right. Turn.
And the music you shall hear.
Ladies and gentlemen, the parade will now march past in slow and quick time.
And the mute MBE, composed and arranged by Superintendent Timothy Mondesi. Helen of the West, composed and arranged by Superintendent Carlos Means. And March with Pride, composed and arranged by Superintendent David Myers.
In slow and quick time at 32 paces per interval, with number 1 detachment leading. Parade! March past!
You can sortir côté des stations pour faire inspection. Après, il y a un mouvement qui a passé devant assistant pour le gouverneur général. Il a commencé lentement, après, il a fait mouvement plus vite. Ça, il a dit anglais, il a dit slow pace avec quick pace.
And of course, we are seeing the deliberate pace, the full swing of the leg, precision. This is the slow time.
Platoon to acknowledge Deputy to the Governor General, platoon number 1, being led by division.
And there he is, Eldon Henry.
He's a certified regional instructor. The second platoon is being led by Acting Assistant Superintendent of Police, Aloysius Joseph. He's the commandant of the Police Force Academy and has been a police officer for 28 years. And here comes the all-female police platoon, platoon number 3, being led by Assistant Superintendent Anantha Wilson. Ms. Wilson holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and is a master of business administration, which specializes in human resource management.
And
Platoon
of
number
course,
4.
eyes right.
Yes, given by the leader of the Special Services Unit, Assistant Superintendent Brenna Camille, who was born and raised in the community of Pero, Beaufort, on December 13th, 1978. 1978, Mr. Gaspard.
Yes. And of course, approaching the Marine units.
Oh yes, the Marine unit looking so splendid in their all-white attire, being led by Assistant Superintendent of Police Dominic Leonti, born and raised in Canries, Mr. Gaspard.
All right.
And he's also a former teacher. He taught at the Canries Primary School from 1989 to 1992. Yes.
And of course, we hear the cheers from the crowd.
Next up is platoon number 6. That's the Port Police, being led by Acting Assistant Superintendent of Police Chris Monrose, who's currently the inspector in charge of the Beaufort Police Station, Beaufort and Library stations. Platoon number 6 is being led by Acting Assistant Superintendent of Police Ronald Charles, and this is the Bodley Correctional Facility. These are our cadets. Our cadets. Platoon number 8 being led by Lieutenant Kurt A. Smith. And now we have the axes drawn by the other platoon. Number 9, Fire Service.
Les pompiers.
Ah yes, being led by Assistant Divisional Officer 𝐃𝐨𝐿 Hippolyte. And then Mr. Gaspard, here comes the all-female platoon of the Fire Service. Being led by Station Officer Marie Goretti Johani.
Wow. C'est pour nous bailler la main.
She became the first female station officer in the history of St. Lucia Fire Service to be in charge of a fire station.
Wow. That is extraordinary.
We now have the Pathfinders platoon, platoon number 11, led by Anicia Moise.
Of course, we're just seeing going by the Bordelais Correctional Facility platoon, and of course we have the Pathfinders.
And now we're seeing the St. Lucia Red Cross, being led by Mr. Lemani Lewis, platoon number 12.
Ça nous a à présent, c'est il a fait mouvement bien douce.
Quick
Et bien lentement, mais à présent, il a faire un deuxième pour ça là, il a fait plus vite.
This is called quick time, where there's a brisk, energetic.
Yeah.
And of course, they'll be saluting to the dignitaries, smart heads. So when we hear eyes right, and here comes the quick march.
I do hope that our listening audience is hearing the cries of the crowd while they're really enjoying what they're seeing today in Micoud.
And on the screen we see the SSU in quick time. And I mean, it is a spectacle, and all of the cheers from this really enthusiastic crowd.
We can see the Marine units.
That's the eyes right.
Oh, that's simply you make a brisk right movement with your head, turning to the right. So therefore you acknowledge the deputy to the governor general. He could actually see that you're looking straight at him. It's an acknowledgement, official acknowledgement of his presence.
So c'est là you vais tout pour you got the eyes right.
Eyes right.
Ça veut dire garder mon nom, au gars bailonner.
Well said, Mr. Gaspard.
And there is the bodily correctional unit. If you notice that when they come around the corner, it's almost as if they change the pattern of the formation.
Yes.
And of course, we're looking at the cadets.
I just love the blue uniform of the cadets. It looks so nice.
Ça m'a observé, il a marché vite, mais là, il est devant, il comme,
it's almost like they go out into...
Yes, that's to ensure that the governor,
and
the
we're
deputy
looking at
to the governor
fire
general
service do it.
sees the platoon in proper formation.
I'm sure this took
c'est
months
vraiment
of
un
practice.
bel spectacle. C'est jamais quoi le content.
I could hear them.
Comment le gars qui est anglais, Micoudien.
Our pathfinders are looking very, very smart and up to the challenge of keeping up with the rest of the platoon.
Ça m'a observé, c'est section qui pas armée. Dans les plus petites filles qui passent ces noms-là. Comme c'est Pathfinders là, avec ces Red Cross là. Dans les plus, à chaque plus femmes, eh bien, petites filles passent Tibaï.
I don't think it really speaks to our young men not being interested, but definitely it speaks to our young people doing a lot of great things in St. Lucia. You know, most times we hear a lot of bad publicity or negativity surrounding our young people when it comes to crime. But just look at this display today by our very young people. This our military parade. And that's a nice aerial view of the entire display.
And look at the precision in the lines and the formations. At this point, as the rear of the parade comes, as we take this aerial view, we are seeing them, what you call their marking time.
Oh yes.
KSP, les autres là, les derniers sections, côté informé pour ça le route avec vie tourner positionner quoi.
And of course, at this point, the parade will move advance in review order.
Left turn. Armed units, shoulder arms. Order arms. Parade. Dressings by the center. Inwards dress.
We will soon see the
Ladies
parade.
and gentlemen, at this time, I ask that you all please stand.
We will soon see the parade advance in review order. A display of
Irons front.
a display for His Excellency offering the final salute.
Armed units, shoulder arms. Parade will advance in review order by the center. Quick march.
Wow.
Royal salute. Present arms. Shoulder arms. Order arms. Parade. Prepare to remove headdress. Remove headdress. Three chairs for the government and people of St. Lucia. 𝐴𝐵𝐵. 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 Parade. Replace headdress. Parade shut.
Your Excellency, for being with us this morning and inspecting the parade. We do appreciate your presence and we hope that you enjoy the balance of today's activities.
And as the governor leaves the dais, we will stand by for the announcements from Government House and the presentation of announcements.
On the occasion of Independence Day 2026, His Excellency Deputy to the Governor General of St. Lucia has been pleased to make the following appointments. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, you may please take your seats.
Parade. Standard east. Stand easy.
On the occasion of Independence Day 2026, His Excellency Deputy to the Governor General has been pleased to make the following appointments. The St. Lucia Cross, Dr. Stephen David Rupert McNamara, for distinguished service in the field of sports administration, financial services, the hospitality industry, and law. Mr. Earl Stephen Huntley, for distinguished service in the field of diplomatic and public service, media communications, and sports. The St. Lucia Medal of Honor Gold, Mr. Hilary LaForce, for eminent service rendered in the field of culture, agriculture, broadcasting, and linguistics. Mr. Michael Gasper, for eminent service rendered in the field of education, broadcasting, and linguistics. Dr. Christopher Anthony Bober, for eminent service rendered in the field of medicine, healthcare development, public service, and community welfare. The St. Lucia Medal of Honor Silver, Mr. Victor Hubert, for eminent service rendered in the field of arts. Mr. Louis Murray, for eminent service rendered in the field of forensic sciences. Mr. Terence Sinclair, for eminent service rendered in the field of community development. The St. Lucia Medal of Merit Gold, Dr. Mathurin Emmanuel, for long and meritorious service in the field of arts. Mr. Earl Ballhog Jude Jean, for long and meritorious service in the field of sports. Mr. George Dylan Pitkin, for long and meritorious service in the field of arts and culture. The St. Lucia Medal of Merit Silver, Miss Telita Jessie Samuel, for long and meritorious service in the field of liturgy and community service. Mrs. Marina Shallery, for outstanding contribution to early childhood education. Miss Mary Bruce, for long and meritorious service in the field of office administration and community service. The St. Lucia Lepitor Medal Gold, Mrs. Mary Popo, for having performed long and meritorious service in the field of finance and community service. Mr. Barry Everton George, for having performed long and meritorious service in the field of arts. Mr. Michael Nestor, for eminent service rendered in the field of arts and community development. The St. Lucia Lepitor Medal Silver, Mrs. Lauren Mittil, for having performed long and meritorious service in the field of youth development. Mr. John Edward, for eminent service rendered in the field of community development. Mrs. Morella Chedi Raymond, for having performed long and meritorious service in the field of education. The St. Lucia Lepitor Medal Bronze, Mr. George Jules, for eminent service rendered in the field of community development. Mrs. Agatha Modest, for having performed long and meritorious service in the promotion of education and community service. Mrs. Martha Marcelina Antoine Eugene, for having performed long and meritorious service in the promotion of community service. National Service Cross, Superintendent Kentry Frederick, for rendering loyal and devoted service beneficial to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, the government and people of St. Lucia. Assistant Superintendent Anthony Bernard Gaston, for rendering loyal and devoted service beneficial to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, the government and people of St. Lucia. National Service Medal, Captain Jonathan Chico, for outstanding and meritorious service to the St. Lucia Cadet Corps, the government and people of St. Lucia. Warrant Officer Class 1 Janelle Harris, for outstanding and meritorious service to the St. Lucia Cadet Corps, the government and people of St. Lucia. Acting Deputy Director of Corrections Christ Anthony Felix, for outstanding and meritorious service to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, the St. Lucia Correctional Services, the government and people of St. Lucia. The Public Services Long Service Award, St. Lucia Public Service, Mrs. Catherine Marlene Isaac Alexander, Mr. Hubert Emmanuel, St. Lucia Teaching Service, Ms. Veronica St. Clair Maglaw, Mr. Leo Louisi, Royal St. Lucia Police Force, Inspector of Police Athanasius Mitchell, Assistant Commissioner of Police Luke De Freitas, St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority Ports Police, Port Police Corporal Fimber Michel, Corporal Sylvanus Odall, St. Lucia Fire Service, Divisional Officer Jermaine Shane William, Sub-Officer Bertrand Descartes, Bordelais Correctional Facility, Correctional Officer Deborah Sylvia Elliott Shallery, and Correctional Officer Marie-Louise Joseph.
and gentlemen, please stand for the departure
left,
of the Deputy to
dais,
the Governor General of St.
and
Lucia, His Excellency Mr.
his
Felix
departure.
Finisterre.
As the Governor General leaves, we will await another march pass.
Oui, nous, gouverneur général là, il bâtit motocar avec nous qui a parti à présent avec ça veut dire
Please remain standing.
la même après nous même presque même bagaille là et puis premier ministre Saint-Lucie honorable Philippe J.Pierre.
And of course, it will be a march pass for the Honorable Prime Minister.
Yes,
And
most definitely the Prime Minister proceeds to the dais and he shall receive
Ladies and
his march
gentlemen,
pass.
you may please take your seat.
Armed units, shoulder arms.
And the parade will now do a march pass, which is an offer to the Prime Minister, the final salute.
Right. Move to the right in column of route. Right. Turn.
Comme je l'ai dit tout à l'heure, le Premier ministre prend position, il a double à ce dias là, ça c'est place combat et qu'on podium côté le parler qui a double là, qui est couvert, bien décoré, avec ces différentes sections qui fait mouvement, même quand il était fait pour le gouverneur général. La différence, c'est qu'il n'y a pas aller quand il était fait tout
March!
And the Royal St. Lucia Police Band is leading the march.
And yes, and so in case you're wondering who's in front of the band, our drum major, Acting Sergeant for the 6th, Gideon Daisy. He has served the government and people of St. Lucia for over 15 years in his capacity with the RSLPF. And he was appointed drum major for the past 12 years.
And of course, they're playing Damn Proud Lucia by Sly.
Oui, nous devons faire point à l'heure. Et tout ça, c'est ça qui a marché indépendance, nous, identité, nous. Ça, musique là, c'est yon pas en identité, nous, avec chanter à Oukaten, nous avons joué. C'est un chanteur qui est très populaire par Sly, avec Damn Proud Lucian, avec c'est premier vraiment ton bonne police qui a joué, avec tout le monde, instamment, tout le monde connaît chanter ça là à présent.
Oh yes, and just to let our viewing and listening public know that Damn Proud Lucian was arranged by Assistant Superintendent of Police 𝐃𝐨𝐮𝐬𝐴, who's the Director of Music for the Royal St. Lucia Police Band.
J'aimerais chanter ça là, c'est tellement spécial. Ça moi aimé Andy Dane, c'est proud of it, proud of it. Ma question chanter qui bien manger. Avec peut-être nous avons c'est différent, ça nous avons à sur télévision là, c'est capable là présenter qu'il est en blanc. Alright, et bien l'autre cette police, peut-être Zach, Inspector Zach, peut-être ça dit nous exactement.
And of course, we see the Prime Minister on the dais enjoying the march.
And here we see the St. Lucia Cadet Corps on your screens. And now we have a wider shot of the parade acknowledging our Prime Minister. And here comes the fire service.
All of it, all of it.
And there's the Prime Minister.
If our commissioner looking on. The all-female platoon of the fire service. Followed by our Pathfinders, Seventh-day Adventist Pathfinders. Our all-female platoon, fire service, acknowledging our Prime Minister. Our Pathfinders. The St. Lucia Red Cross platoon, marching so smartly. I was looking at the social media platforms and our online viewers, they are so excited and amazed and very happy with what they've seen here today at Micoud.
And of course,
nous avons merci bon Dieu pour tant bel bon temps nous dispensable en Chaïdi en l'Amérique avec l'Angleterre. Je passe à amuser quand yo qualité Freddy ça là yo ni là mais nous bel soleil merci mon Dieu.
Oh yes.
and of course we're looking at that fantastic aerial shot.
Mais pourtant musique c'est là on a senti qu'on s'est ici.
Oh yes. So damn proud.
Ek l'autre là c'est comme jeune western.
Oh yes, so this one there.
I'm a born Lucia.
I'm a born Lucia. Nous avons dit bonne félicitations pour ces gens qui fait ces musiques ça là puisque ça a montré encore il a senti qu'il y a un bon simplicien avec ses gros contributions.
Left turn.
At this point, the Prime Minister will lead the dais and the parade will continue. There will be a
Ladies
handover.
and gentlemen, please stand for the departure of the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Honorable Philip Joseph Pierre.
The Prime Minister is departing, and after which there will be a handover of the parade to the second in command.
The second in command, once again, Superintendent Stephen Victorin. He will command responsibility returns for the final movement of the field.
Moi, myself, see Inspector Jackson, they know that. Là, nous on l'a, il va montrer un display, il va faire temps là, montrer. Est-ce qu'il va faire ça aujourd'hui?
I am not aware of any special displays today. I know for sure usually they do those displays when there is a milestone, like probably the 45th or 50th, but I'm not aware of any special displays today.
But I must say today in itself,
is a special display.
The special display, the level of precision and accuracy and the whole, the entire look, they look neat, the precision, and of course,
Armed units.
how carefully it was put together after months of rehearsal. Fantastic.
Avec ça qui est encore plus intéressant, c'est qu'il y a des orchestres, il y a des gens des orchestres, une chance Jean à sous façade est, ça c'est soleil levant, tout sorti d'une nuit pour aller vieux fort. Yo, quand je une chance puisqu'il y a un power de la vie plus pour eux. Nous pouvons une chance pour aller dehors pour quantité de monde peut-être bon là où il y a qui a gardé. Mais moi ça me l'a n'y a chaque monde qui sorti dehors et monde qui a gardé à sur télévision aussi.
Okay, and as we wait the departure of the Prime Minister and the handing over of the parade to the second in command.
That's right.
Pas de temps nous rester ça, nous tellement dit bonne félicitations pour 3-4 monde me connaître qui aujourd'hui c'est anniversaire yo fait même jour Saint-Lucie vini indépendant. C'est
Armed units.
And the
Arms.
of police
You may be seated.
has now stepped onto the dais.
To the right, in column of route. Right turn.
So the Commissioner of Police, Vanguard, will also be receiving his acknowledgement with a match pass.
Right. By the center. Quick. March.
Quand nous dit nous avons sur télévision, nous avons c'est différents gagnants, commencer avec police ici.
Yes.
Il passe, il y a aussi un mouvement, et bien rester avec nous.
And of course they're playing Imran Nerdy's I Want in You.
C'est pour le commissionnaire là, c'est chef police là. Dernier c'était pour le gouverneur, c'est pour le premier ministre là. Et avant ça, le 2 millions pour le gouverneur général là. Mon qui est assistant pour le gouverneur général là, monsieur Félix Ministère.
Our Commissioner of Police has a lot to celebrate. The record has shown that under his leadership, we achieved a 16% decrease in the crime rate in last year, and also under his leadership, having formed the new guns, narcotics, and firearm unit, we have had the most record recoveries and discoveries of illegal firearms than any other time before. So the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Vanguard, has a lot to be proud of.
Yes, and it is definitely something to celebrate.
Under his belt.
Under his belt.
But this parade is really a unifying concept in terms of it brings everything that is St. Lucian together, our people, our music, and celebrating the victories that we have had over the years.
Once again, the Special Services Unit, followed by the Police Marine Unit. Here's our Commissioner, and behind him is our Staff Officer.
And of course, he has a sharp salute.
Oh yes, very sharp.
Oui.
Bodley Correctional Facility with the iconic white rifles.
Quand on dit ça, moi changé, Mr. Gad, c'était chef en Bodley à Yontan.
Yes.
Well said, Mr. Gaspard. Just in the trail end of the all-female platoon of the fire service, followed by our Seventh-day Adventist Pathfinders platoon. And of course, the St. Lucia Red Cross. Anisha Moise leading the Seventh-day Adventist Pathfinders. And here is another shot of our drum major, Acting Sergeant Gideon Daisy.
So they hand over.
There is no doubt the viewing public is definitely enjoying this.
Des autres là, je regarde des autres, mais ça c'est en les monnaie, peut-être là, ça me vient chez moi. En les monnaie, regardez. Parce que, où est manière, il place. Il place là en bas, et c'est mon en les monnaie,
so you can wait to buy.
You can wait to buy. Mais comme moi, je c'est qu'il là, en les monnaie là, c'est mon balcon, yo, quand regardez. You can, un bel petit spectacle qu'on nous dit.
Standing behind the band major is Assistant Superintendent of Police, Mr. Dyson Imbert.
Okay.
Who is what we call the band master.
Band master, band director. Oh yes, director of music and band master.
Moi maintenant, c'est musique Saint-Lucie qui a joué avec musique, c'est pas tellement musique pas longtemps, musique l'année passée. Ça a fait envie, ça a fait.
Parade! Halt! Parade will advance! Left! Turn!
And I think what we want to know is that song, I Warning You.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the departure of the Commissioner of Police, Mr.
𝐶𝐨𝐵.
Yes, 136 𝐶𝐨𝐵 arranged that song you was hearing earlier, Warning, which is sung by Imran Nedi.
But it's important for people to know it's the arrangement of the band, the song.
That's right.
Arranged for a marching band.
That's right.
Ça prend un talent. Ça veut dire connaître musique bien pour.
Armed units, order, arms!
The commissioner has left the dais, and of course we now go over to the sort of formal
Ladies and
handover
gentlemen,
of the
please
parade
remain
to the
standing
second
as the
in
parade
command.
exits the facility.
And of course, the parade's final march. Of course, we know at this time they usually turn it up a little, and of course, when they go out onto the streets.
Yes.
Mais qui direction you can aller par police station?
Yes, they'll be returning to the Micoud police station.
Okay, c'est là qu'ils ont commencé.
That's where they started, that's where they ended. Yes.
Right, ça veut dire you can vier, you can aller par en nord pays, en direction nord pays, qu'à virer en station Micoud, c'est là you can déplacer.
And of course,
Thank you very much, sir, for your command, which has presented our audience a magnificent display. Let's
and of course, this is a point where Sergeant Gideon Daisy becomes highly animated.
Yes, I'm a drum major. And off camera, we've had the official handing over of the parade from the parade commander to his second in command, Superintendent Stephen Victory.
units, fire up! Officers, all out!
What?
The officers, the platoon leaders have been given the command to fall out.
Hold to the right, in column road. Right, down!
The parade will now be marched back onto the highway and officially dismissed.
Bon, ça veut dire pas qu'à faire un you can aller.
Well, that's left to be seen. It would be nice if they make one more round because I know that the crowd here at Micoud really enjoy it. But
particularly ma musique la show.
Yeah.
Aussi, nous pouvons parler ça, mais durant parade là, nous qui là même après le gouverneur général, il était annoncé c'est l'honneur national qui a fait tous les années.
And you, my commentating partner, you received an Independence
Wow.
Award. Congratulations to you, Mr. Gaspard. That's totally a total shock for us.
Ici pour moi aussi.
Yes.
Okay, so the Royal Police, St. Lucia Police Band is getting in position to make the exit.
Let's see if they make one more round. Would be nice. But I don't think so. It seems they are now. They are now on the exit.
And of course, that is where they fully get animated.
Les autres, c'est mon qui jeune l'honneur, c'est Mr. Huntley, mon con Nigel Nestor, qui a joué Tampo. Mr. Hilary Laforce.
Barry George.
C'est Barry George. C'est mon qui fait les habits jeunes l'honneur. Nous bien contents pour ça.
And of course, from all of us at the commentary booth, on behalf of myself, Junior Frederick, and
Michael
and Inspector Zachary Hippolyte.
Happy Independence, St. Lucia.
Saint Lucie changer avant nous aller faire un bon bagage pour marcher l'occasion indépendance Saint Lucie, faire une contribution.
Of course, and as we watch
distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen,
parade
and
exit
residents
the
of
Micoud
Micoud,
playing field,
we have come to the end of the first segment of today's celebrations, the military parade, which was proudly executed by the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. We warmly invite you to join us at 2 p.m. for the Independence Celebration Rally, followed by the St. Lucia All-Stars Concert, highlighting the richness of our culture, featuring performances and contributions from St. Lucian creatives. In the meantime, DJ, the stage is yours.
So this is it.
And so once again, we see that the parade is exiting the venue and they're going out onto the streets.
Oh, this is a beautiful aerial view of the exit of the parade onto the Micoud Highway.
Very good.
Well done.
Within the circumstances.
Technology really gives you an amazing viewpoint, doesn't it?
Yeah. Non, on gagne toutes différentes technologies.
Oui.
On gagne toutes sortes de qualités, direction,
Yes.
en les airs, à ce côté, tout partout. Avec moi, tout ça qu'a fait bien.
Okay, and once
Avant nous
again,
aller, à des airs, à désert, nous avons dévié pour l'occasion, en l'autre occasion, ça c'est
rally.
Ça c'est un autre, youth rally, c'est un autre activité qui a changé sous indépendance et qui commence combien d'années, côté Premier ministre qui a délivré un go l'adresse, youth rally, jeunesse pays. Mais ça c'est une occasion qui est bien important. Et plus tard encore, à 5 heures, même ici, a jam.
And once again, on behalf of the government of St. Lucia and NTN, would like to say Happy Independence, St. Lucia, and see you again at this time.
Happy Independence. Stay safe.
Bon anniversaire Independence.
47.
Oh God.
So that's